Hello, beautiful people. There is a new energy program happening, meaning energy that you can pull in and be. Yes, it is time to be all of you, and you are going to feel so sexy when you tune in, tap on yourself. So by the end of this video, you're going to know how and why to do that, and the biggest reason of how you can be of service when you are all of you. So guys, let me hear in the comments. These are ways that you can tell if you are turning yourself on, if you are joining the new energy movement on the planet, if you are ready to be all of you, or you are being all of you. Do you get moved by music and start dancing, and it doesn't matter where you are? It could even be the grocery store. Do you sing out your joy, sing out your grief? Do you just let out sound? Do you just use your voice? Do you stand up and say, this is the way I am? Oh, you don't like it? Okay, bye-bye. Do you weed the garden of people that don't light you up? All right, do you sit in meditation and just feel the allness of you? Are you willing to have more of that? Now, I know as moms or as wives or husbands or as CEOs or just, are being someone in a work week or whatever it is, we have certain paradigms or programs that we live by, right? We have to act and show up a certain way. Or do we? It's kind of interesting because paradigms and programs are starting to shift and change and morph. And you've probably heard by now on YouTube about timelines. Timelines are this energetic alignment with where you are. And there's different ones for different alignments. Now, it's so interesting because I was just on Facebook listening to or watching a feed, and someone got kind of peeved by what someone was saying and saying like, what you're saying is really irresponsible. I don't really agree with this and da-da-da-da. And the thing is, it was about a health thing, and it was about an alternative health thing, and the idea that we could move and shift energy for our health. And this one woman was saying that she didn't believe that, and she thought it was really irresponsible and stuff like that. The thing is, guys, my comment to her was, you know what, really, to each his own. We all have to be all of ourselves. And if that bugs you, if someone's like bugged out by you being all of you, just let them know, oh, you actually don't have to be part of my reality. You actually can go over here. Especially with Facebook, you don't have to read my posts. You don't have to agree with them. You can be all of you or a small part of you over here. But on this highway, we're being all of ourselves, and we are being brilliant possibilities. We're remembering who we really are. Now, if you saw my last video, it was all about states of being and space of being. And what I'm talking about here that is super, super sexy is your space of being. And guess what, guys? In this time of this great awakening, this space of being is becoming more and more bloomed within us. It's already there. And as we let go of old programming and the density and other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions that we've collected in our energy body, as we let those go, guess what's emerging? Our space of being, our truest self. And a lot of us are starting to be like, I like this. This is fun. This is sexy. This is like, yeah. And I just started TikTok, and it is so fun. And I'm seeing so many people there owning who they are through the vehicle that they're in. I'm seeing so many people dance and sing and show their cute outfits. By the way, guys, I have the cutest pants on. Let me show you. And yeah, they're wearing what they want at any age. They're singing out, they're sharing their song, they're sharing their dance, they're sharing themselves. There's so much vulnerability happening right now on TikTok, at least the feeds that I see. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. It is sexy as hell. It's lit up. It's an exciting time to be alive, guys. This new program, this new paradigm has us really remembering, okay? Letting go of the amnesia and really remembering that light body of ourselves, that full potential of ourselves. And when we are willing to be that unapologetically, it's a huge, huge service to the rest of humanity. Why would that be? When you are willing to be all of you and could care less about the judgments or comments that are happening around you, guess what? You give someone else permission to say, I'm going to do that. I want some of that. Like, I want to live like that. By being all of you, you get to be permission, and you give permission to someone else to do the same. So, would you be willing to be the lighthouse for someone else? And then it's the domino effect. Guys, this is how we are lighting up the world. One person remembering who they really are and being willing and brave enough to be it no matter what. To hear a song and start being like, oh yeah, I gotta dance. Or all of a sudden being like, oh, I love to sing anywhere. My kids in the food store or Costco or on a hike, they're not so sure of mom breaking out into song everywhere, but I don't care. Because me, by being me, eventually will give them permission to do the same. So I stand strong with being the holy fool, guys. So sometimes we do have to be the holy fool, meaning that be your soul self, be your spirit self, be all of you that you remember at this moment in time. Let it flow through you. Now think about that. I keep using the word sexy today. I've been using it in all my social media right now because like I was listening to a story by Tony Robbins, and he was working with this woman who raised her hand and said, I don't feel sexy at all. Like not at all. And Tony coached her into what was a very sexy point of view and sensation about herself, because what happened was she was raised by a woman that was very reserved. She was English, and she raised her daughter to be very aware of people's judgments about what sexy means and, you know, what appropriate and proper is, right? So this woman grew up thinking sexy was just being a whore, was so unclassé and like being awful. But guys, what if sexy is actually in this creative flow? What if sexy is like being totally in love with your sensuality? Ooh. What if sexy is who you really are? What if sexy is a superpower? What if sexy is inner peace and calm? What if sexy is calmness into lit up? You know, a lot of times we think of the new energy of enlightenment and stuff. We think it as just this flat line. And, you know, again, I'm going to refer to my new TikTok channel because, like, you know, I have a lot of sound healing there where it is, ooh, and then I go crazy with songs and I just start singing. And then I go into my singer-songwriter stuff and I play a song. I think sexy, and I feel like this new energy of being all of you is all of it, is all expression, however you feel like, you know, moving through the day. And each day is going to be different. That's another thing that's super exciting about this time, this new energy of and of being all of you. Like, listen to that. Would you be willing to be all of you? that means all of you, right? It's not just calm. It's not just, yeah, let's pump it. It's all of it. It's everything in between. What if life can be that juicy? And what if you did not have to define yourself? Now, I am an identical twin. And unfortunately, people judge the shit out of identical twins. They stare at them. I mean, it's crazy how much judgment and just blatant judgment and staring at you get when you're an identical twin. So when you're judged as a twin, oh, you're the grounded one. Oh, you're the dancer. Oh, you're the one who gets A's. Oh, you're the one who is whatever. Like, I mean, it was crazy growing up. All the labels and definitions and things that my sister and I would have to go through. And I think it really inhibited us from really being all of ourselves. Yet, we're in this field, both of us are in this field of helping and supporting people to be all of themselves. And we have this wide spectrum of who and what we are and how we express ourselves. And I'm proud of both of us for finding that in ourselves and being all of it. So guys, it's a rainbow of expression. When you wake up in the morning and you say, what great grand adventure do I want to have today? Who and what do I want to be today? How do I want to express? So you get to decide if you're going to have a meditation that's very calm and relaxed, or if you're going to have a walking meditation. Or if you're going to have a walking meditation and you're going to go home and like dance to AC/DC, like whatever. So we don't have to define ourselves as just one thing. All of us means we get to be the rainbow, not even the arc of it, but like every color in that arc. And if you'd be willing to be undefinable, you get to really have all of you. Now, all of you also means like the gamut of all your states of being, right? All your emotional states. And you get to be your space of being when you choose it. And the cool part about really living with expanded consciousness and living with awareness every moment of your day is that you get to start to see that these states are definitions, and they have to do with your imagination of the past or the future. Now, what if you didn't have the imagination of the past or the future? You just had right here, right now. Where do you feel moved? What timeline do you want to jump into? How do you want to express today? What does sexy feel like today? You get to be all of you today. And you don't have to be all of it at the same time. You get to feel in and live with awareness and live with like the flow of your day. So I do lots of different things. I love to dance. I love to walk in nature. I love to do yoga. I love to work out and do my HIIT exercises. I love reading. I love to draw. I love to sleep. I love to just get crazy and dance. I love to eat. I love to learn and take things in. I love to journal. I love to just sit still with my source self. But I can't do all of that all at once, right? But what I do all at once is be my source self. Be that space of being. Be that allness of me. Be all of me. And then from there, find the timeline, the expression, and where I want to go with it. Would you be willing to play in life that way? And when you do, you get to be the permission for someone else to do that. And guys, the less judgment we have on ourselves and the less restrictions we have on ourselves, the less we're going to view others that way too. I do this a lot when I teach people about public speaking. If you are judging yourself, If you are putting definitions on yourself, if you are saying like this, oh my God, they're gonna like do, think this of me. Guess what? You're more apt to look out into the world and see other people doing that. Because Tony Robbins talks about the reticular activating system, is that when you put a point of focus in your life, say like, you can really see this when you are looking up cars. You're like, oh, I really like that red car. And you name it and you focus. All of a sudden, you see all these red cars on the road. Well, it's the same thing. Where are you focused? Where are you focused in your self-judgment? Guess what you're going to see? You're going to start seeing all those people that have that same self-judgment. And it's uncomfortable, really, to witness all that restriction and resistance and judgment in life. But guess what? If you really make a commitment to not have judgment of yourself and to just be like, I'm coming from here. I'm coming from the allness of me. And then I'm going to just express today. Guess what? That's a point of focus, and you start seeing people in your life that are doing the same. And guess what? You stop judging people. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. And yesterday's video, I also talked about like that moment in time when I stopped judging my son. And it felt so good to not judge my son when he was doing something that I wouldn't choose in my life, but that's that. So guys, I hope this inspired you, but more than that, I want it to transform you. What's the difference between being inspired and transformation? It's taking an action. So I am going to give you a little action step, because inspiration is great, and then we forget about it. We get, oh yeah, I'm lit up. Oh, okay, back to the day. But transformation locks it in somatically and helps you take it throughout the next few days and make more of a habit around it. So the action step I want you to take is to tune in, one hand, other hand on your heart, on your soul, on your essence. And I want you to feel it as a little ball, and I want you to expand it out. Okay, so we're just gonna sit here, expand it out. Oh yeah. And then ask it, how do we want to play today? What do we want to express? What lights us up today? Just those 3 simple questions after you've expanded yourself can make a huge difference. And I really, really challenge you to do that about 10 times in a day. So you're watching this video, you got to this. I don't know what time of day it is, but for the next 24 hours, try to do that exercise 10 times and see what happens. All right, beautiful people, so much love and light to you. And if you want to see more content, of course, you can subscribe and click the bell, or head on over to my website, RebeccaAbraxas.com. I have tons of blogs there if you're a reader. Take care. Namaste.